Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I'm going to be looking at a Nintendo Switch game. Well, actually this is on a bunch of other systems and not just on the Switch. But the only system I have that can play it is the Switch. And the thing that's great about this game is that the person who voices the character is somebody I actually had on my show a few times, twice at least. And that is Patrick Hickey Jr. And we actually talked about this game about a year and a half or so, a little over a year ago, when he was actually doing the voiceovers, and he actually did the voice while he was on the show to kind of show off what type of voice he was going to be using. And it's a really deep voice. So anyways, the game has finally got released. I think about a week ago from this point on, where I'm recording this. So it's fairly new. It actually is now in the Nintendo store. You can actually download it. I believe it's on other systems, though. I forgot to ask him that. I think it's on like Steam and stuff like that. But so he was nice enough to actually send me a review code. And I've never had a review code ever sent to me before. As you know, if you watch my show, if you're a regular of my show, you know I'm an old school kind of guy. I mean, I play Atari games. I play Nintendo games. And I use an old CRT TV in most cases when I do my recordings, or I use emulation on my computer. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me because my Nintendo Switch is currently hooked up to my big TV upstairs, the big flat screen, and I cannot hook it up to my TV downstairs because it does not have HDMI, and I do not have a capture device for it. So I'm going to do this a little bit old school way, but whatever. We're still going to get experience on how how the game plays, and just my thoughts on it, and whatever I could throw out there, just so you could see what this game is all about. Anyways, I got my Nintendo Switch ready. Let's get this going and see how you play the Padre. Okay, so we got the Padre booted up on my Nintendo Switch. That's our little guy there. And so I'm just going to start a new game because I've already just been playing this for a little while now, just trying to get the, figure out what I'm doing. And, yeah, there's been a lot of dying involved. Let's just go back there. I want to start a new game. Yes. Press Y for yes. I'm still learning my buttons on my Nintendo Switch. I mean, this is a still rather new system to me.
Mario, come. I can save you. You don't have to be afraid of them anymore. I planted fear in creatures who could not fathom that emotion before. I have fought with every ounce of my existence to be the chosen when I'm gone. Now I can protect you all. Brother, no one can take you away anymore. Not even him.
Pretty wild opening screen there, with the echo going on. That's Patrick Hickey Jr.'s voice, which, if you watched my live chat with him, he actually did that voice during the live chat to show that, that's the voice he was using for this game. Pretty cool.
That dream. I haven't dreamt about you for so long, brother. What does this mean, my lord? A letter.
So it kind of starts you off in this, well, I guess this is kind of like your house. It's kind of neat. You get to search almost everything, and everywhere like the letter appears, that's what you get to search. You just gotta push the right button. So I found a suitcase. It's a Bible letter. And this is a lot of religious symbolic stuff in it. Obviously, your character's like a priest or a preacher. I'm not sure what exactly he is, but yeah. So you could like read the letters and stuff. It's actually quite important to read a lot of this stuff because this is where all your clues come from.
I already regret this. I will take you, oh demonic monk.
And it does kind of explain.
My favorite.
It does kind of explain, throughout the game. And it throws hints at what you need to do next. So you really do got to pay attention. yeah, you pretty much have to look for your friend, so he doesn't realize that he actually is going to need his equipment, which is funny. So you find a key, and this door is locked, so you need the key just to get out of here. It doesn't really do much beyond that point, but you know, that was one of the things I didn't figure out. You know, when I first got the key, and then I left, and I went into another place, I thought I still had a key, but no, the keys are only used once. So that was a good thing to learn. There's just more of the letters.
Benedictus, I had high hopes that I would never hear that name again. He spent half of his life looking for the spring of eternal youth and ruining lives in the other half. Oh my lord, why me? I'm the last person who should search for this excuse for a man.
And there's a lot of other things you could search that really don't do anything. I mean, your
Just
bed.
got up. I don't want to sleep.
And he kind of has like a snarky behavior to him. Like, you know, I'm not going to do that. I just got up. Why would I do that? Kind of.
Saint Patrick, the voice of God. I will serve you as well as I can, my lord.
So most of the stuff that you look at doesn't really do much, but
It's early morning.
you do need to search for everything, and that's one thing I've figured out right off the bat, is that you really got to look for every possibility.
Guess what? It's locked.
Yeah, so it's locked, so that means I got to go into my inventory there and use the key. There we go. And we got the opening screen now.
The days of the search get longer and longer. Another day has passed, with no luck. But I am thankful for the peace, my lord. A storm is coming. I don't really want to spend the night in the car. This mansion looks as if it has seen better days. I might get a bed and some food here. Hello? Oh, Lord. I'm lucky someone is here. Hello?
Yeah, so pretty much this is where mainly the game takes place, in this mansion. And the good thing is, it kind of like has things separated into
Somehow this
rooms.
looks familiar.
So you're not, you know, thrown into too much of a, where do I go first? It kind of leads you into the direction you need to go, just on what's around. The lantern, I can pick that up. Or oil lamp, I guess, same idea. I can actually equip that lamp. It actually says A, equip it. Now I'm carrying around a lamp so you can see kind of in the dark, because it is a dark game. It's one of the things I noticed. It's very dark, but it makes sense. I mean, this is like a haunted mansion game. It's supposed to be dark and scary. Get things like this old creaky rocking horse.
Wooden horse. Sounds creepy.
I like the things he says in it though. There's even some point where he says "son of a motherless goat," which is like one of my favorite lines from Three Amigos.
It stinks.
Now there is a door over here, and I figured it out after a while, but he doesn't go outside. I think that's where you came from, so you don't want to go out there. He just doesn't want to go out there. And over here there's like this treasure chest thingy. You can actually get stuff out of there. Just kind of like in Zelda, you open up a treasure chest, get your stuff. You get matches. So far, I've only been figured out that I can like light candles with it, but no idea what else it's going to do. There's also this little trap door down there, and at some point there's going to be a person knocking on it, but you can't open
It
it.
is stuck. Maybe I can force it open with something suitable.
So right there, it's telling you got to force it open with something suitable, but you don't have that. In fact, you don't get anything for quite a while, so you have to remember to always come back to these rooms. So it's really going to take some good memory skills to get around in this game. Now there is some cases where I've actually noticed my character got stuck. Actually, it was in that previous room there. And I remember I walked into an area where it literally, the character was kind of on the outside in the dark, the black area, and he wouldn't move. But if that happens, I mean, it's not hard to fix it. You can actually just return to the title screen and then start over, and you don't start from the very beginning, but you'll start off where you started in that room, so you can actually solve that issue. I think it's just a slight little hiccup, but it's not enough to ruin the gameplay. You literally just gotta look around for stuff.
I'm not even surprised. A zombie lady is reading a lullaby, but
yeah, so I walked into this room and I was kind of creeped out by it. It was like, you know, this like chanting sounding lullaby, and all you could find in here is a letter and a locked up chest. And a lot of things are locked up in the very beginning, so
I cannot open it.
and at some point this zombie lady actually gets up and starts attacking you, which is, you know, freaky in its own way.
A zombie lady is reading a lullaby, but
Yeah, exactly, to whom. So you gotta pay attention when you're looking at things to what he says. And oftentimes
to bring the demon hunter equipment.
there's a clue somewhere in what he's saying. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Otherwise she starts attacking you. There we go. I believe there's a doll you gotta find. So you can look at all these weird things like
Just a portrait of a lady.
paintings on the wall and stuff. Most of these doors are locked, so you can't really go anywhere. You just gotta look for the room that will actually let you in.
Guess what? It's locked.
So I think there's a middle room here. And there's some haunted clothes you can look at. It's weird that they're just clothes, but they're moving and stuff. You found a doll. The other thing that's interesting is that this game really gives off that, I don't know, Minecraft feel to it. I don't know. Everything's square. All the characters are like square shaped. It feels like I'm playing a Minecraft type of game. I don't really know too much about Minecraft. I didn't actually play it myself. My daughter plays it, but I've never actually played it. But a lot of the way that even the main character kind of gives me that Minecraft feel, which is kind of neat. You know, they decided to keep it blocky. If you know me, I like things blocky. Alright, so I got, let's see here. I don't know if there's anything else in here. And you can change your camera angles, which is also important if you get stuck somewhere. You don't know where to look. It seems like there's like two angles you can switch between. So it's not like, you know, the full 360 camera effect like you would get in, say, Zelda, where you can actually, like, go up and all around. But, I mean, it's enough to tell you where you have to go. So, I spent a long time. I even had to reset the game because I didn't know what I was doing at this point. I was, like, running back and forth. All the rooms are locked except for these ones that I went into. And finally I got... I mean, I knew the doll had something to do with the zombie lady. But apparently you have to, like, equip the doll at this point. And it goes into the bed.
Jesus Christmas, the doll is trying to reach her with its arms.
And then you get this key. Now I got a key. So once I figured that out, well, it's a small key. Again, I was kind of lost. I was wandering around trying it in every single door. And then it finally came to me. I'm like, wait a minute. There's something else that's locked. And that's this treasure, or this, what is this? dresser that's locked.
It is locked.
So you can actually use the key now. You just have to remember to always equip. And then you find a mirror and a bell. Now, at some point when I was reading through some of the letters, I didn't read the letters on this game, but in one of the letters it actually tells you to get into one of the doors, you got to ring for the servant twice. So again, you got to pay attention to what the letters are saying, and you do that. You pretty much just go into here, into your selection area, and you got the Bible that you found, which constantly changes and gives you different clues. And then you got your little letters that you've picked up. And that one there, sister, if you need something from the storage room opposite my room, just ring the servant 2 times. So I figured that out. Well, you know, I came out into the hallway, was able to ring the bell twice. And that's where you gain access to the rest of the house. And it just goes from there. I mean, it's a really tough game. I mean, maybe some people will find this very easy if you're really good at solving these puzzles. But for me, I was dying quite a bit, and actually you start to fight things, because once you find a weapon, which ends up being a crowbar, you have to pretty much fight your way through the game, and it's not easy. So, yeah, I mean, that is a real fun game. In fact, you know, it's been a long time since I actually tried to tackle one of these type of games, because usually I'm not the greatest at playing them. You know, it does remind me of a few games that I played in the past, like on my Commodore 64, for instance. I remember, I think it was called Hugo's House of Horrors, or Hugo's House, or something like that. Kind of reminded me of that, even though that's like more of a text-based game. But there are other games like, you know, Haunted Mansion, I think it's called, on the NES. I mean, these games have been going on for a long time. Even to some extent, the Leisure Suit Larry games, which I played a lot of. But obviously this one has more of a horror, gothic twist to it. It's got a lot of religious stuff involved. But, I mean, other than that, I found it quite challenging. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just I'm not the greatest at playing these games. Like, you know, I spent a lot of time going between the hallways, going into the rooms, and I felt like I hit a brick wall at one point where I was like, I didn't know what to do. But then I restarted it. I haven't figured out, though, if you could have multiple save points or anything like that. It looks like you could just literally restart it and it just, you know, start a new game and it just overwrites. Perhaps it's based on the profile you have. But anyways, yeah, so I was able to, like, start again because I didn't get that far into it. And there was, like, a few things that I clued in as I played it the second time that, oh, okay, I missed something. And like I said, there was, like, 2 times where I actually got stuck. I think that was just like a minor glitch. It might be something that they'll fix, you know, like when they make later releases of it or a patch or something. But it did happen at least twice where I got stuck. But I was able to get out of it by just, you know, going back to the start menu and just starting again. And it just starts you back off in the same room and you're not stuck anymore. As far as like enemies are concerned, there are enemies in the game. I didn't get too far. Like I've been playing this for a couple of days now. And I got to a point where I've had to face like spiders and ghosts and stuff like that. And you really got to figure out how to beat these things. You got to really pay attention to your items and see what's going to work, because it's not going to tell you. There's not going to be any, oh, use this to beat that. You got to figure everything out on your own. And that's the great thing about this game. It's constantly figuring things out and trying to, you know, just using common sense and saying this would work on this. And so, yeah, I mean, I got pretty far at one point before I had to restart it so I could do this video, where I was actually wandering around into several rooms, and it's starting to get more complicated. You're getting into rooms with like 4 doors, and all those 4 doors lead to more doors, so it's going to be a long task. And in fact, I think when I was talking with Patrick Hickey Jr. about it, he said it's about 6 hours to complete or something like that, and I bet you that's only if you're good at it. And if you're good at these type of games. So for me, I don't think it's going to be 6 hours for me to complete this game. Anyways, I had a lot of fun playing it, and I want to thank Patrick again for giving me a review copy, because I just, you know, you can go and download it yourself as well. It's on the Nintendo eShop, or Whatever system you have, if it's on there, you can download it. It's not expensive. It's like $29. Pretty fair price for a video game these days, considering that most of the other Switch games are like $80 for, like, you know, Zelda and Mario and all that stuff. So this is actually a pretty good deal. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Sorry for the crudity of it. You know, like I said, I don't have a capture card to capture anything in HDMI, and I can't hook it up to my TV that I normally would record off of, so you got kind of like a smaller screen. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you liked the game. Let me know if you've heard it, if you have any plans on downloading it or trying it out yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.